Welcome back to Homelab Networks. My name is AJ, and in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to host your own proxy server using Docker Compose. So for today's proxy server, we're going to use NGINX as our proxy server. So as always, first things first, we're going to install Ubuntu Live Server as a distro that's going to host this. You guys can use whatever you guys prefer. So choose the settings for your virtual machine to your liking. Default will work, but as I said, adjust accordingly to your needs. Once a virtual machine has been created, we're going to install the iOS for our server. I leave everything at default. You guys choose whatever you guys feel that's right. And I also just want to say, while I've got the chance, a big thank you to everyone who's come past the channel and subscribed. We've nearly at 3,000 subscribers, which is a crazy number for me. It's just insane. And we just hit over 1 million views, so thank you guys so much, and I'm glad you're enjoying the homelab content that comes out. So pick a name for your server and also give it a password. This is the account you're going to SSH into the server with. To SSH into it, I use Putty, so you guys can choose what you guys like, but Putty works for me. Now we're going to do a sudo apt update, and that's going to update the packages. And then once the packages have been updated, we're going to do a sudo apt upgrade, which is going to upgrade the server to the latest updates. Now for this Docker composed file, NGINX has all this information on their website. I'll leave a link in the description, but it's pretty much copy and paste. All we have to do is pretty much open the text edit file with the nano command, copy and paste the Docker Compose information into that file, save it, run it, and then we're done. Once the server's been updated, SSH into it. As I said, I'm using Putty. I'm actually in the root directory, so we can install the Docker and Docker Compose. So the command is apt install docker.io docker-compose, and this will take about 10 seconds to install. And then from that point on, we have Docker installed. So we can run other Docker containers if we want to on this server. We're also going to do a system control enable, which means every time this virtual machine starts up, Docker will start to run itself automatically. So head over to the NGINX website, and we're going to copy and paste this file. So we're going to make a new directory. I'm going to name one NGINX. You can name it whatever you guys want. And then we're going to cd into that directory, which means change into that directory. And then we're going to create a nano text edit file to paste the Docker code. Always make sure the Docker Compose is yml, because that's what Docker Compose uses. So control exit, Y to save, enter to confirm. Once that's done, we're going to run the container. So docker-compose up-d, and that's going to pull the container down and start it up for us. Just give this a couple seconds. It won't take too long. And once that is done, we're going to do a docker ps, and it's going to show our container is up and running. Once the Docker container is running, put your IP address into the search bar using the port 81, and if done correctly, the proxy manager should be up and running. So default email address is admin@example.com, and the password is change me. So as soon as we log in, we're going to have to change the password. I changed my name to Homelab Networks, and then put in your email address. Once that is done, we're going to change the password so we have our own account, and then once that is done, that is the account you're going to use to log into to start using Proxy Manager. And so that, guys, that's a simple way to host Proxy Manager in your home network. So if this video was helpful, please leave a like, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next homelab video.